I'm in Balmain, right? There's this organic butcher there called TJ's Meats. And it's like, every time you go in there, the guy's like, "Hi!" And I went in the other day and I ordered 10 kilos of rump steak, 10 kilos of T-bone, 10 kilos of eye fillet, some chops, some ribs, bit of neck. And he goes, "Having a barbecue!" And I went, "Nah, I'm building a cow." Absolutely screwed him. Okay, Big Al, you ready? Come, mate, let's go. Let's go, come on. Whistles, cheers. Chris Fitzgerald is in the house. Come on down, mate. There's a fan club here waiting.
Thanks, Rob. I was going to come in on a flying fox and call myself Hugh Jackman, jackass. But there was OH&S issues about it. But I'm a bit concerned. We went to talk for 7 minutes. That made me a bit nervous. The last time I performed for 7 minutes, the prostitute asked me to hurry up. But it's good to have, like, Rob's experience. He's good to have him. He's helped us prepare a few lines for this evening. And, you know, thanks, Rob. After I snorted those, it felt a lot more better. More better. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time. You can tell that he's so experienced that the first time he died on stage, he was doing Ned Kelly jokes. And that was only because Ned Kelly was in the audience. But I work as a finance manager, and I've been practicing some comedy during finance presentations. Like last month, our profit was $1 million. And I even thought of showing some PowerPoints or maybe sticking my finger in one of them. Anyway, but accountants, I'm an accountant, so we're not really renowned for our personality. You know, there's a girl in my team, a highlight of her career was getting called for jury duty. And another guy, he became an accountant because he didn't have the charisma to be an undertaker. Then our tax guy died at his desk, and apparently we could have saved him, but it took us a couple of days to notice any change in behaviour. But like a lot of accountants, I used to be a bit of a tired ass. I'm still a tired ass, I just saying I used to be as well. I'm not as bad as some people I work with. You know, they're one bloke was caught stealing the complimentary fruit basket the other day. You know, this bloke, he controls like $1 billion. He's focused on stealing the fucking fruit. But you know, I think people at my work, we're about to be overtaken by AMP, and people are nervous of redundancies. You know, it happened to me a couple of years ago during the GFCs. I got made redundant, and I'll tell you, there's nothing worse than like suspecting you're about to get sacked. You know, just ask Christina Keneally. But they tell you like patronising things like, "Don't worry, when one door closes, another door opens," and you know. It was middle of GFC, I was a bit sceptical, but it turned out to be right, you know. First door open was the one to the pub across the road. Then the door to the Centrelink. then the door to my crystal meth dealer. It's a good time. But I mean, I think my relationship with money, I mean, can affect my relationships. You know, I used to have a girlfriend, she asked me a penny for your thoughts. I used to say, what the fuck am I going to do with a penny? Like, what does that buy you? Australia. And I can never get my head around marriage as an investment. Like, you spend like 30 grand, 50 grand. You pay all that money up front, and then at the end of it, you lose half of everything you ever owned. It's hard to get around my head. On that note, you'll be surprised to learn I became single about a year ago. You know, it's not easy, and when you're in a relationship, you get used to things like you get getting told things like you know, I love you, I miss you, you're sleeping in the spare bed tonight. And you take things for granted, like my ex-girlfriend, you say, I'd like $1 for every time I cooked you dinner. And I realise now that, you know, that's actually a pretty good price. Can't get that in Sydney. And she reckoned I had a serious issue with commitment. And I mean, she doesn't realise how many times I tried to have her committed. But the problem is, when I become single, I tend to binge drink too much. And there's a few warning signs I've noticed. You know, I started hearing strange voices in the middle of the night, like taxi drivers trying to wake me up. And then I go to my wallet, and there's no notes, but there's like $80 worth of change. Then I realised that the address I lived at 3 years ago. Got to the stage where a bloke I used to work with, he rang me up and said, Fitzy, I think you might have a problem with, you might be drinking too much. I go, he said he'd just done the tax return at Dan Murphy's and they listed me as a dependent. And then I said, bugger, I'll go to the doctor, get a checkup. The first anomaly was my blood type was Shiraz. And my liver was so black and bloated, it could have been filling in for Oprah Winfrey last week. So the doctor said. Get PC on me. So like Victor, I thought it'd be healthier doing some internet dating. And, you know, I visited, you know, some of the sites that Victor mentioned, but I also went to www.soyou'vealmostgivenup.com www.soevenyoucangetaaroothere.com Try that one, Victor, it's good. But you get frustrated with some of the profile photos are so out of date that, you know, girls are wearing their school uniform, and a lot of them are trying to play the field. Like this South American girl, she reminded me of that mine in Chile. You know, within 2 months she had 33 different guys stuck inside of her. Scrap that one. So, like a lot of people are doing, I tried speed dating. They call it speed dating because you meet like 18 girls in about an hour, and you need a couple of lines of speed just to stay awake. And then they give you're there for 3 minutes, then they give you a warning bell, and like some girls, you're meeting them and you're just starting to build up a rapport, then you hear the warning bell to move you on to the next person. Other girls, you hear the warning bells ringing for the whole time. Like the first girl I met, she was quite nervous. I said, apparently my bald head reminded her that she left her dildo in the dishwasher. Last time she did that, her grandmother used it as a rolling pin and made a loaf of sourdough. I don't even... tough first... Scrap that one. But I'm trying to be less judgmental. I'm trying to be like, when it comes to girls, a glass half full type of guy. Sometimes you got to remember the glass is half full of shit. As a general rule of thumb, a date's going badly if I know a date's going badly if I start smoking my own drink with Rohypnol. Tip for young players. Like the girl from speed dating, I think I got one date from that, and I went out with a girl. She'd spent her 20s like partying with the likes of John Abraham and the underbelly scene. You know, she was adventurous, had a lot of spunk, but also she'd think she might have swallowed a lot of it. Like she kept suggesting to have like sex in public places like the beach. Her idea of safe sex was doing it in between the flags. And then when she said she was wanting to have sex in the park and I refused, she asked me if I was gay. I mean, if I'm gay, sex in the park is your bread and butter, isn't it? Then I saw her a few weeks later. She was with another guy, shagging him in the car park at Round Racecourse. And I was bloody furious, you know. Apparently she came first and paid $3.80. I do children's parties. Thanks for coming.
Let's hear it for Fitzy. Let's hear it again for those Chilean miners and the dildo in the sink. What do you think, Big Al? Gold? All right, keep the applause going. Come on, more. The lovely Lima White. Lima, come on down.